Hi, Marcy. I am getting set up because I do not want to be the one who is not on time. Let me get the whatnot on. And I figure since I have extra time, I'm going to not fussy cut, trim these, because I had them not print borderless on purpose so that I knew they would fit inside the cover. So I'm like, oh, I better trim them or else people are going to literally sit here, watch me trimming paper, which would be so sad. Okay. Can you hear me okay? I have my second device on. I just want to make sure that that didn't mess up the sound. It's okay? Okay. Thank you. Hi, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'm working on a journal today for the demo, and I'm literally like, am I going to spend 10 minutes cutting these borders off these pages? Maybe people don't want to watch that. So, let me go on and work on it now, and then it'll be one less painful thing. So thank you guys for hanging out. I haven't done a demo train in a while, like a while. So hopefully it goes okay. It's a demo and then sell, like, basically however, it's like you can split up the time however you want. And I'm probably going to demo for, probably a good chunk of the time because I'm not feeling super stressed to sell. But I do have a few things I can sell. But most of you might already know that I'm getting ready to move back to San Diego. Adri, I put them in my digital, what is it? The digital bundles in the bin. I have so many. Some are mine, some are not mine. And I just have so many prints that I will sell bundles out of the bin. So these are the types of papers that you would see in there. Because, you print off literally 10 times more than you'll ever use. I have moving bins, those black and yellow ones, full of digitals. It's pretty ridiculous. Oh, here, let me see. What are the flowers on the right? These ones are textured flower digitals. These are Tracy Fox ones. I think she calls them textured flowers from Love Junk Journals on Etsy. And then I have a few other sheets of mine that I need to cut out eventually. So, it's just a big to-do list on the desk. I was feeling really anxious about this train overall. Like, here I go oversharing. I was feeling really anxious about this train. So I decided to sit here and fussy cut these because I had them printed. And now we're on here and we're trimming papers. Is it the $5? Yes, it is, Adri. It is, yeah. And it's just a mismatch. But if you want similar to these, I can jot that down and do some of these blue butterfly type pages. I have a lot of butterfly pages. So, but if you want butterflies specifically, or you want me to remember that you liked the ones in this set, I can try to dig around and see which ones I have printed that match or are similar. I had a feeling there would be a shorty in there. Let's see. So today I'm doing a waterfall journal. Some of you have seen me do it before. Thank you, honey. I really wanted to do something I was comfortable with and not I'm really not in the mental space right now to try something new and then do it on live. It's just a very different kind of, it's just not what I'm trying to do. Why is it doing that? Hold on. I don't want it to have a glare. Hold on. This one. Okay. That's okay. Some of them are double-sided. So these ones that I'm using in the kit are double-sided. The ones that are in the bin, I've just mixed them up. So there's some that are single-sided, double-sided. There's some sheets that are vellum printed. There's some sheets that are acetate printed. It's just kind of, I just made mixes. Some of them are this presentation paper weight. Some of them are cardstock weight. Hopefully it'll be a good mix of things to play with. But this is an easy trick for me when I want to know that the pages I print will fit in a signature. I just don't print them borderless. So it forces you to trim, and so it forces your pages to have an inset if your cover pages were printed borderless. Let me see this one. And then we will be reading into the Bougie Crafter, which, what a great name is that. When I saw that, I was like, that is, people are so creative. I'm so basic with my whatnot name, and people are so creative. I'm like, man, I really missed out on a marketing opportunity there when I was picking out my whatnot name. You're looking for double-sided. Carol, is there a theme you're doing? Or is there a style? I can jot it down. I have my notebook right here. Hold on. Adri liked the butterflies. I won't do all butterflies because they'll be like, what are you doing? And then Carol, if you have a style or a color scheme, nothing specific, okay, just double-sided, okay. Got it. Welcome in, guys. We're just prepping to work on our journal today. Okay, I think I trimmed all the papers. Let's see if there are any that have weird ends. No. Okay. We have flowers. Ooh, okay. She said, I like grunge. I like that. Thank you. Welcome in. I'm the worst because I don't know how to pronounce your handle. Hold on. Oh no. D-scenario school or D-scenario cool? Oh, see, that could be very different. I apologize. Welcome in, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for reading. Did I? Stop. I made it. Okay, guys. So welcome in. You are on the, I know this, Creator Collective Raid Train. Terry, you want to see one of which one? You let me know, honey. What do I need to show you? So we're on the Creator Collective Raid Train. This is Demo and Sell. It is the first train put on by Karen, okay, Artistic Fusion. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you need to come in the mornings. From what I've seen, she's been on pretty much every morning, and there's always a nugget in there for you. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, you guys, the amount of digitals I have is obscene. It's obscene. And I did want handmade travel journals. Oh, sure. Let me show you one. I have one right here. So I am going to flip the camera and say hi, face to face and in person. So these have the traditional, well, I call them the traditional traveler's notebook binding system here. It will hold 4 signatures. I've only included 3. Okay, and they're mixed papers, mostly book page in this set. There are some digitals, but this set of notebooks I made was mostly book page because, I'm getting ready to move, so I have to let a bunch of stuff go. And I've decided that I'm just going to try to make until my fingers fall off and we're driving to California than anything else. I'm like just in this frenzy of trying to make stuff, and I can't get stuff back in the bag because, of course, it's ridiculous. Okay. Oh no, I was watching you do the jewelry. So I was watching. Okay, let me turn the camera around. So sorry. So we're going to work on a waterfall journal, something similar to this. Okay, where the pages get gradually wider. They're one of my favorite styles because I just love the surprise pop of the different trims and things that you can put on the edge of the pages. This is one that's complete. This one I did probably about 2 years ago. Um, and this is one that I'm working on for my Fairies and Pixie Dust train that I'm on next week. I'm pretty sure it's next week. So this is, just the base. It's not embellished yet. So I'm going to turn it around and say hi. Thank you. Okay, let me see. Now, you know that when I flip the camera around, it's going to be like, you're going to be like in my face. So let me like try to fix my hair, try to pull my shirt down, make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. Okay, here we go. Hi. So weird. Okay. I don't do camera facing too often, but I felt like for this train specifically, it was warranted. Um, it's my understanding that there's a lot of people on the train who, maybe you haven't sold for a long time, or maybe you haven't done a train in a long time, or at all, or you haven't done a demo train or whatever. And I wanted to turn around and say to all of us and let you know, as someone who's in this category of a seasoned ish seller and a seasoned raid train participant, all kind of relative. Um, Most of us still have anxiety when we go live. And I will say for me, it's like, so we are fine. It's going to be beautiful. Just think that we're all in your craft space, hanging out. We're watching you. We're asking questions. We're teasing you. We're teasing each other, right? Just like you would in any other scenario if you were just hanging out. I am a paper crafter primarily. I've been on Whatnot for about 3 years. I have been sharing and selling my creations on Whatnot for 2.5. And I want to put that out there because I'm not a professional. Okay. In the sense that I'm not a career creator, right? I have not been creating and crafting for decades. I don't have all the supplies. I don't know all the techniques. I don't do several different things. I'm not a super jack of all trades, but Whatnot has given me a place to really embrace where I am in my creative journey. And people have been so supportive. Um, People have been really willing to answer questions. When I got on my first train, it was scheduled like 3 weeks out. I had a mini panic attack every single day. And pressing the button to go live was maybe one of the hardest things I've ever done. So if you're anywhere in that scheme of feelings, we're just hugging you. We're sending you a hug. We're sending you a hug. Okay. So all of that to say, Tweetco, who I think is in the chat, I did see her name pop up, was the first person to buy a journal from me 2.5 years ago. We made the journal just like this. We made the journal on live, and I never thought I would sell a journal, ever. I didn't think anybody would want. Why? I'm just a regular girl with hot glue. Why would you buy a journal from me? Right. And so this is why I'm saying people along the way over the last 2.5 years have really helped build me up. Karen is the newest person who has, you know, directly and indirectly poured into my creativity. And so I would just say, if you're inclined to say something encouraging to somebody, say it. Don't let your like, oh, I don't want her to think it's weird. I don't want her to think I'm all in her business. I don't want her to think I'm telling her what. Just send the message, send the high five, tap the screen, whatever it is you want to do. I would say do it, because I would have never sold 3,000 items if Tweet wasn't like, you can do it. And she did to me the same thing she did to Trish. Girl, you can sell from your car. If you're watching Whatnot, in bed, you could be selling. Why are you not selling if you're on here? So to all the people who are considering selling, you got stuff around that you don't need. You know that you want the money to buy some other stuff. Girl, it's time to start cycling it through. Yes, I mean, like I said, if Whatnot was some sort of like pyramid scheme where you had to bring people in and you get a little commission from everything that they do, Tweet would never have to work another day. She wouldn't need to sell another day. She'd have her downline would be like this, right? Because she got all kinds of people. So I am going to flip the camera around. I just felt like sharing. I'm an oversharer. Sorry, but it's just true. You're gonna know all my business. You're gonna know my kids' names. You're gonna know what we're having for dinner. You're gonna know everything because that's just the way that I am. I don't know how to filter in the sharing part of it. So that's where we are. Okay, let me do this. I thought I did, but I'm bad. Okay, I'm going to update the moderators. Added Karen. I'm going to flip. We're going to work on a waterfall journal as long as we want. I haven't given myself a limit. I could do it the whole time, or I could get bored in 10 minutes and we could do kits. I don't really know. I'm going to work on it until it feels good, and then we'll shift to showing the few things that I did bring to sell. Okay, I didn't bring a ton to sell because, like I said, we are packing to move, very, very actively packing to move. We leave in 2 weeks, I think. I think we leave we leave on the 2nd of June. So we're out of here. We're moving back from Dallas to San Diego. So when I say like I don't know where my Posca markers are, I don't know my white gel pens are. I can't find the thread to sew my journals. Um, that's just where I'm at. So I'm dealing with what I have in front of me, and that's it. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. And how cool is it? First train, I think Amy said it in her show, Hazy Aim. She said it this morning that she was honored to be on the train. She actually said she was honored to be the first one so she could set us all up. She could be ridiculous and she could essentially make us all look good, which is not true. And I know that she said it jokingly, but also half seriously, partially serious. But, when I stumbled into Karen's show, and she invited me to be on her train, and it's her first train she's doing on Whatnot. I was shocked. I didn't think at all, that I would be invited to do something like this with her and with this group of ladies. So I really appreciate, and gentlemen, for letting me be here. I'm going to show you my pile of supplies. So this is what I'm working with. Okay, I've got a cover here. This is what I'm working with, stitched. This is 2 pieces of cardstock that I've stitched together. I've got random trims, random ribbon Massmeek pieces. I don't know what color I want to do, so I brought a bunch. I've got random Massmeek ephemera bases here. All of this. Just tried to pick stuff that I felt like would go. I've got butterfly. These are mine. And okay, so I just want to say, Karen did say in one of her shows, you know what you want to be working on, you know what your next move is, just do it, stop, essentially talking yourself out of doing the next thing that you know that you want to be doing. And I've been wanting to start designing some digitals for myself, and so that's what I've been doing. I've been playing like these are all mine. And I would have never started trying if she hadn't made that comment. So, just like we always say, you never know who's listening. You don't know who you're affecting. It's totally true, right? So here's this pile of craziness. Here are my papers for my journal. Okay, so let me explain again a waterfall journal. A waterfall journal is a journal that gradually the pages get wider as you go along. What? What do you mean raid? Did I get raided? Oh my gosh, did I? Where do I go? How far back do I go? Mag, thank you. Magpie. Oh gosh. You guys are giving me all of the trick question names today. Magpie Kaz? Or AZ? Or, you guys, I'm sorry. I don't know. I feel like sometimes we need the phonetic explanation. You know, like in the dictionary, how it has the parentheses that tells you how to pronounce it? Like, sometimes I feel like I need that because I could break a name up any kind of way. And as you saw when I was forward facing, like I'm Asian and Filipino specifically, and in the Philippines, we love culturally to create new names. I'm going to take my grandma's first name and my sister-in-law's middle name and my mother-in-law's middle initial and turn it into some sort of name. We spell it all crazy. Nobody's ever seen it before. We think it's super unique, but then nobody knows how to say half the names. So, you know, that's why when I see names on the screen that seem like they should be very straightforward, my brain is trying to figure out all the different combinations of how that should be said because culturally that's what we do. Oh, did I not show one? Here, let me show you one. So these are the same type of cover. These are a cardstock fold over cover. So the kits will come with a cardstock cover. You can use them to do a traditional fold over or this waterfall. And then they come with 3 signatures. Okay. Mostly book pages held in with elastic. Okay. And so it will hold 4, but it comes with 3. So that's the sample. And let me give you a rough size. They are roughly 5 by 7. They're roughly the, you know, they're all about a 5 by 7 size. Okay, so let's work on the journal. We're going to take the cover and we're going to nest the pages to fit. I actually do it in reverse, and I'm going to show you. I do it the cheater way. As you guys get to know me better, you know that I am not about the hard way. I am trying to make it easy. First, we're going to put our pages in some sort of order. There's no right or wrong. Okay, I'm looking at them from this end. You know, like I want there to be some variety in the edging. So I want to go something more dramatic and then something a little lighter. I want to have contrast in the edges so that when they're folded over, you get that cool effect of that waterfall. So let's see, what else do we have? This one. I like this one. And like I said, some of these digitals that I'm using in this kit specifically, some of them are mine and some of them are from other creators. So it's definitely a mix. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to stop there. There's no limit as to how many you can have. Okay. Here's the treater way. And I'm just going to say, other people, you can do this any way you want. You can put them all, you could put every sheet on a scoreboard and you could score at one spot and then you could move over a quarter of an inch or an eighth of an inch every single time so that, you know, you have a very perfect fold and this beautiful nesting. No, not me. I don't do it like that. And I just, I can't. I'm too impatient for the perfectionism that that requires, right? So I literally will just line them up here, and have, you know, what I think is a nice size gap where I can see each of the edges. Of course, why am I fidgety? I'm all fingers and thumbs today, guys. Let's see this one. Okay, roughly something like that, right? I'm going to line them up so that they're mostly even. I'm going to bring over to minimize some of the gapping. And then here, what's on the bottom? I don't know. My glass mat? Oh, it's all this nonsense behind it. Hold on. Let me move this off. Let me put it to the side. So here's what it looks like. Is that better? Right? I try to make the edges look nice, but truthfully, I'm just not that perfect. I will just go like this, okay? No, on a page. Oh, I don't know. Am I missing something? Oh, what makes it sturdy on the bottom? Oh, you mean like the cover? Oh, the base. We're going to wrap the cover around it. This is just the inset pages. Sorry, I'm a ding dong. Don't worry, it's not you, it's me. Okay, let's start here. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take from this side. So I've laid it out horizontal, right? And my edging is all over here. I'm going to put it up a little bit so you can see. I'm going to take from this side. And here's where everything either like goes to plan or goes awry. And as crafters, we just deal with it, right? We're like, well, ink will fix that or whatever it is, right? So I hold down one side so things don't move around too much, even though, I'll be able to make it nicer later. I pick up this side here, all of the pages, okay? All of these pages underneath. I pick up the whole pile and fold it over. And continue the edging here. See, so I think this was the end. I'm just gonna pick it all up and fold it over to roughly where I want it to be. And I'm just gonna squish it. And I'm just gonna squish it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna find videos of people who have this like beautiful technique. And I just can't do it that way. Okay. I do this. If there are gaps that are too wide, so right here, here's a good example, right? I would potentially want this trim to not be, this edge to not be as wide, which would then mean this one I don't want as wide or whatever. Girl, I'm going to trim them. I'm just going to cut them. I'm just going to cut them until they start to look the way that I want, as opposed to the scoring. You can do the scoring if you want. And I completely get people who like are perfect in that way, who their creativity is more drawn to that type of technique. It's just not for me, right? So I would probably trim this one here. I might trim this one here because I might want to see a little bit more of the cream one, that kind of thing. Then I'm going to take my cover. Okay, you can do either side. I use light thread, and honestly, you could do either one. Do we have a preference? Do we like side 1 or side 2? You guys, you like 1, Bev? Bohemian likes 2. I need a tiebreaker. Okay. Okay, well then never mind. See, now you guys made me too confused and I can't do it. So I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one just because. I'm going to put the cover here. I'm going to just wrap it around and it's going to come out the back. Okay? I'm just going to pick where I want it to be. It can cover the page. It could not. It could come over a little bit. It could be a little bit inset. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do that. And it comes out here. Now, because my page, my cover, I did leave some edge here, and I do have a fairly big gap. I'm going to eat some of this edge up if I can. This is just me. Like if I was going to actually sell this, I would eat this edge up a little bit, just so it's not as drastic. Maybe this one, maybe a little bit. Okay, I don't have much room up here. Okay, I'm not a professional stitcher, so it goes a little up, a little down, whatever. I just leave it. And I go like that. Okay, then it's up to you to place it, sew it in, and then decorate. So because I don't know where my thread is, it's been like 2 weeks, guys. It's not new. It's not a new problem. I don't know where my thread has been. I'm going to use one of these, I don't know what they're called. They're basically giant rubber bands. I'm going to use one of these giant rubber bands to hold in the signature, and then whoever gets this journal can sew it in or whatever they want to do, if somebody does get it. So I have pink, this blue, I have cream. Maybe I'll just do cream because maybe that's the easiest, okay? So I've got these giant rubber bands. Okay, and then I'm going to find my center, and I'm just going to strap that puppy in. Boom. Okay, so you don't have to have all your pages be the same size. I will say it's easier if you start with them all the same size, because then as you fold them over, you don't have to really account for anything being off size, right? But there is no reason that you can't, even though now our signature technically is in, in-ish, considering that it's not sewn. Let me find some other paper here that is a different size. Okay, so what is this? I don't even know what this is. This is, what is this? It's a pocket list. I don't know, something cool. Whatever this is, there's no reason you can't take pages like this and add them and have them essentially be a surprise. They might not show up in the waterfall, but you can just put them wherever you want, right? So you can just stick this one in here. It won't show, but you'll have it in there. You can add the varying pages sort of as surprises, or you can have it be a little bit more wonky all throughout, whatever you want to do, right? There's no requirement for this type of journal, or any journal really, to have a perfect setup, okay? Like I've got, what else do I have here, you guys? Like I have so much stuff and nothing at all. Do you know what that feels like? You have all the things and nothing at all? Like, what is wrong? Let's pick another place to just stick something. I'm like, how am I moving this much stuff? How do I even own this much stuff? It's a little bit crazy. Okay, so we'll stick another one in there. So that's the base. Okay, that's the base. And then we're going to decorate it a little bit until we feel like stopping, and then we'll do something else. And then we're going to raid the Bougie Crafter. So like I said, the kits are all going to come with, I think it's 10 pages. I don't know, 8 to 10 pages. It'll be a mix of digital. Some of them have coffee dyed paper. Some of them have food color dyed paper. They'll all have this type of cover so that you could do a waterfall if you wanted. You could do the traveler's notebook or the traditional fold over, right, like this. Or you could do one that I call a wraparound. And let me find a cover and I'll show you, because I don't have a sample wraparound. A wraparound would be something like this, okay? You got a regular cover. Oh, this one has a fold in it. Bad example, bad example. Okay, let me try this one. This one has no weird fold, okay? A wraparound would be one that you fold this way, and then you fold this way. And you'd have the journal inside, and then potentially you would do the closure here, and then you would have sari silk or whatever it is, or a button. That's what I mean when in the listing where I say wraparound. So it's the same type of cover that you could use for all of those, okay? So let's decorate. Let's see, what do we have? My favorite thing to do, oh, damn it, Amy. I'm channeling you because I didn't turn on my glue gun. Okay, plugging her in. We're going to impatiently wait a few minutes. Okay, so what I typically do next is I place my pockets. This is just me. I like to know where I'm going to put a pocket, how many I'm going to have, and all of that kind of thing. It's an elastic band, and they have a name. Let me see if I can find one with packaging. They're these. Bright File Bands. Okay? and they're just giant rubber bands. They're giant rubber bands. So you can use those. You can use twine. I've done these with sari silk, wrapping the signature in. It's whatever you want. Okay, so we're just going to place a couple of these pockets. These are all part of my mass mates. Thank you guys for hanging out. So this one is just an ink smooshed envelope. Okay, and then I just put pretty paper on the outside. This was just an offcut, so it can be on the side. This is a fold over. This one's a little tuxedo looking one. These are all, these types of things I think are in the bin. I didn't put them, did I? No, in between the cover and back pages of the paper. Darla. I'm sure Darla, I'm sure you know what you mean. I don't. Because I'm just not, did I sew anything in between? Darla, thank you. I'm not firing on all cylinders today, guys. A lot of times I do. A lot of times I will sew in, especially if I do fabric. So if I do a fabric cover, like, let me find one. Like this one. So if I do a fabric cover, I always put usually an envelope in the middle, a mailing envelope. Like I think it's a 9x12 is what I usually put in there. If I have Amazon mailers that are the right texture and I can cut them down, I'll use those, bubble or card, the brown ones. I'll use FedEx. I'll put anything in there. I'll use like the really soft cereal boxes. In the middle, anything like that. Hi, Annie. Okay, so let's put in some pockets, and then we'll decorate a little, and then we'll run this one. If anybody wants to take it, then they can take it, and if not, I'll keep playing with it until I sell it for another train or something. But you know what? I meant to put the Mass Make Ephemera in the bin, and I did not do that. So let me, just in case anybody wants some of these types of things, add, import. Ooh, import from Shopify. What is that? I don't have no Shopify. Not yet. We're just thinking out loud. Okay, import from inventory. Okay, ephemera. Let me see. Let me try to find where they are. Sorry. 2 seconds, please. Amy is still dipping the world, guys. I'm going to tell you, when she said hydro dipping, I thought she was like doing something illicit. I didn't know what that was. I was like, what is that? I was like, you can't be doing naughty stuff on live on Whatnot. Like, I feel like you're telling me you're doing drugs or something. She was like, you're so ridiculous. Okay, hold on. Let me see. You could do blue. You could do neutrals. You could do mixed. And I think that's what I have. Okay, so if you want some Mass Make Ephemera, it's in there. If not, don't worry about it. I did. I was like, okay. I mean, I'm with you, but I'm not with you. Not on that, but I'm with you. But I'm not with you. Okay, I don't want to cover up that pretty butterfly, but I do like to put something substantial back here, but I don't know that I have anything. Hold on, let me look. I am not going to bring the big bin of Mass Make stuff over there because that's just going to be craziness. But I have a lot of things that I can pull from behind me. So I typically will sort my stuff by color because I'm just a color focused person. That's the easiest way for me to locate stuff that I might want. But I know that that might not be how everyone else processes things. Okay. So like I might put this here. Oh, well, maybe I won't. Maybe we'll put this in the signature somewhere. How far in the signature does this have to be to not show? This flap, it would need to be here or after. I'll just put it in the middle. Someone could use it. Okay, I'm just going to stick that in there. see. I do want to stick something back here. This is tall. This is sturdy. This is like heavy. So, of course, now that I'm on live, I'm like indecision city. I can't decide on anything, of course, because you guys are here. Because you guys are here. And so I can't make any decisions at all because I'm on live. Okay. So I'm put this one. This one. I know this is unusual here, but I don't think I care. I think I'm going to glue it down here and here. So you can have a tuck here, a pocket here, and a pocket here. And I think that's just what I'm going to do, and just live with the consequences of it. Live with the consequences of my choice, guys. I am what I call a glue and go crafter. I just go with it in the moment. I'm not a planner. I am not like a auditioner too much. I don't have plans for like how many pockets and how many things, and I just kind of go until I feel good about it. And if I have, you know, I've never felt like I wish I made a different choice. You know what I mean? I just go with it. This is an envelope that's covered. I'm pretty sure it was a junk mail envelope. I didn't keep any of the sides open because I wanted to trim here if I wanted this side pocket, and I wanted to trim here if I wanted from the top. Yeah, and see, I just can't do that. It's just not fun for me. And you know, I am learning a lot about myself, guys. In the last couple of months specifically, I'm learning a lot about the internal talk that is mean, quite mean. She's quite a meanie, guys. Um, I've been learning a lot about, you know, how I hold myself back sometimes because I don't want other people to feel like I think I'm better than them, or I'm not sure how to describe it, but think of it kind of like this. Like, did you ever know the answer in class, but you just didn't say it because you didn't want to be the one like who knew, and you didn't want the attention, and then you didn't want other people to think like you were doing that, and like, oh, she's like too good, or she's too smart, or she thinks she's better than us, or whatever. So I realized that I do that a lot. And I'm like, why? There's no reason for it. Like, literally nobody cares like what I'm doing. But in my head, I'm thinking that if I try a project, or if I move forward, or if I say like I'm so happy that that went so well, or if I give myself or acknowledge, you know, essentially a compliment to myself, then I feel like I'm sounding like full of myself, and so I won't acknowledge when I think I'm doing something good. And the self-talk is a real bully. So I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. Okay, let me try to find. I want to put trims on. Okay, that is where for me the most fun is in putting trims on these edges to help them pop. Yeah, it's something else. And you know, I would never talk to someone I and discourage someone from doing something the way I would talk to and discourage myself. Like, what is that about? Awful. But, you know, I feel like the success at this point is in noticing it, realizing it, and then, you know, attempting to be more cognizant of it going forward. I can't change it right away, but I'm trying to be aware of, did I just say that because I didn't, you know, want to be perceived a certain way, or I don't want someone to think I'm calling them out on what they're not doing because I am doing it, you know, or whatever. So that is what a lot of the talks with Artistic Fusion in the mornings have been helping me with, is that self-talk part. Yeah, it's bad, you guys. So like so Karen had a point, I don't remember if it was last week or this week. She probably makes this point in various ways, you know, a couple of times, but we were talking about pricing. I say we, like we were all on the phone together. She was talking about pricing. And I think as creatives, a lot of us struggle with pricing things, right? And so I will tell you, I had this epiphany today. Yes, we are all in it together. Um, I had this epiphany today, you'll laugh, while I was blow drying my hair. While I was blow drying my hair this morning, I had this epiphany, right? Because I'm on this train and I'm thinking about what's changed in the last couple of years that I've been selling and da 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 da. And then I think about Tweet. She bought my first journal, you know, and I remember when I told her, like, you don't have to buy it. I know I'm asking a lot of money for it. I think I asked $20, $20 or $25 after we made this journal online, right? And, don't feel obligated to buy it just because you said you liked it, all of that kind of thing. She bought it. She didn't hesitate. She's a super fan. She's been always so supportive of me, right? But where this comes full circle, what glue am I? Hot glue, honey. I'm a hot glue. I'm a hot glue girl. Again, because I'm impatient. The glue that I use in my petunia press, this gun, I don't think I'm supposed to say that, but this glue disbursement tool in this is art glitter glue. Okay, so the way it came full circle to me while I was blow drying my hair this morning, as some of the best ideas and revelations happen when you're doing the most random thing, the pricing conversation popped in my head because I'm 2.5 years in. I've got thousands more dollars in supplies. I do all kinds of different things in the journal now that I didn't know how to do when I made Tweet's journal. I charge the same price. I charge the same price now for a fully decorated journal today as I did the very first journal that I sold Tweet, December of 2023. That's where it comes together. That's where I'm like, as much as, Karen mentioned, if you're struggling with pricing, a big part of it, if not all of it, is related to confidence. I agree with that to an extent. I know for me, there is a big part of it also that is, I don't want someone to think I think I'm a big deal. I don't want somebody to think that I don't appreciate where I am and I think that I can just now go from selling journals for $25, $30, $35. I'm like having heart palpitations trying to list something for $35. And then all of a sudden, a week later, have a journal that's just as decorated as one from last week, but want to charge $55 for it. Oh, she wants to co-host? Let's co-host. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to turn it around. Oh, she said, wait. Okay, I'm going to keep scrunching. So that's where it's like sometimes the revelation, it's simmering at the surface. It's ready to be made, but it'll pop up at the strangest time. Be careful what you ask for. Is she going to make me cry? Because I've already cried today. I'm going to be honest. I've already cried today, so come in gentle. Come in hot, but come in gentle. Okay, let me put one here. Did you Summer Dawn, girl? It's so it's so it was a lot today. I had a doctor's appointment before this, and I got, results that I was expecting, but still sometimes when you hear it officially, things are different. It's not a health thing. I mean, it is a health thing, but it's not like a physical health thing. And I am okay. It's just, when and then when it's different. It's a little different. Yep. Don't scare me. Okay, she's ready. Hold on, let me squish because I had the hot glue on. Okay, I'm flipping. Flipping. I'm not pregnant. Almost 50. Not pregnant. That's not it. Okay, let me find it. Invite to co-host. Confirm. Did I do it? We did it!
We did
Hi,
it. Hey,
honey.
my darling. Uh-oh. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Listen, hold on. We're not gonna stay too long because we got to raid out in a few minutes.
Yes.
But I just need to tell you up front to your face, you are incredible.
Oh, thank
Okay? You yeah, you're incredible. You're talented. I'm looking at all the stuff that you're doing. Language is very important. I'm so proud of you from recognizing where you are and
you. Yeah.
finally being present in your own space and in your own mind and recognizing when you're doing this to yourself. But I need you to understand that what you do is worthy of being invested in. People are not just buying a couple of pieces of paper, they're buying your heart and your soul. They're buying your talent. They can't do what you do. And even if they can't do it the way you do it. Right?
Yeah.
So
I think
it
that's what
doesn't
I'm not.
matter.
I never understood, like, why. Like every time somebody would buy something, I'm like, but why? And
I understand that. I get that.
it's
Been
starting
there.
to come together and be like, that's
Hmm.
a you thing. You're the only one coming
Hmm.
at it with that perspective, thinking in that way. And I mean, I know Tweet has told me a
Yes.
million times. She's probably too tired of trying to tell me, so
Hmm.
she does
Hmm.
pass me off. But it's taken this long to get to a place of accepting that I have talent. Does that sound weird?
No, it does not
Yeah,
sound
it
weird.
feels
And
weird
it's
to say because
okay,
it feels like
friend.
bragging, and then we're not supposed to brag,
It's
you're not supposed to
okay.
be like all like that. Yeah,
Brag. It's okay. Let me ask you something real quick. And I believe this is my belief. I always respect everybody's, but you believe in a higher power, God
yeah,
or some type
hmm
of higher power, correct? Do
yeah,
you believe when they say you want to you want to testify to how good he's been to you? Is that the
yes,
type of stuff you want to do?
yes.
Okay. So how do
Trying,
you do
trying
that?
to.
How do you do that? I understand, but how do you do that if you never show what he has given you? Why do
Yeah,
you think that you should be ashamed of the gift that
right,
he's giving you?
right. Yeah,
And as long you're not bragging and you're not, because we are all specks of dust, minute specks of dust in this infinite universe, right? And as long as you understand where your gift comes from, it's and give glory to that, you're not bragging. And let me tell you something. If it sounds like you're bragging to someone else, that's their issue. That says more
yeah,
about them than it does about you. That's
yeah.
their issue.
That is the part
You
you said
are
that in one
amazing.
of your talks last week or this week, and that was one of the lines that landed. That it was like
Mhm.
if someone wants you to hold back or not do too much or not show too much or doesn't want to, is uncomfortable with how well you're doing or is uncomfortable with your success and is calling it out, it's about them and their journey, what they're feeling like, what they want to work on, not it's not even about me. I'm just the one on the receiving end of it. That was the one like I
That's
called
it.
me after and I was like, that's the thing. That's what it is. And she was like, yeah. She was like, I know. It's hard to hear. It can be hard to hear and then it can be hard to recognize that people are putting you in their crosshairs of their feelings. Like you're just on the receiving end of dealing with something that they're trying to work through and then it makes you feel like something and you're like, it's not a it's I have my
That ain't
own stuff,
about me. And you can't
but
take
that's
that
not it.
on.
Right, right,
Exactly. You can't take that on as your pain or your burden to carry.
right,
You are doing what you need to do to make Loveland better. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, in scripture where it says you must love your neighbor as
right,
yourself. Well, there's a command in there. You must love your neighbor as yourself. That's a command of
Right.
self-love. How can you love somebody if you don't even love yourself? You can't even love God right if you don't love yourself.
Right.
Because not loving yourself means that you don't believe that He has created something that's extraordinary. You're questioning
Right.
your very existence. That means you're questioning Him. And we really
Right.
don't have the right to do that. Right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
take it off of you and throw. Bible also says throw your burdens on him, throw them. I mean, it didn't say place, like sit it right there. It says throw it. So leave it over there. So these burdens that you are carrying, throw them over there and let him handle it, and tell him, I'm trying to love myself in the way that
Yeah.
you love me, because he loves you
Yeah.
unconditionally, unequivocally, and perfectly. So if you can ask him to help you accept that he
Right.
loves you so you can see yourself the way he sees you, and all the rest of that stuff is nothing but a burden, throw it over there and live your life in accordance to that, and
Right.
embrace your creativity, your craft, your this gift that you have that's bottled up inside of you that's coming through. Think about that. You think about it in your brain, it comes through your body and out through your fingertips into reality. Like the stuff
Yeah.
on your table right now, you thought of that and you just
Right.
created it. That's a gift. That's a
Right.
gift. And understand that you better charge for the gift. And there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
Right. Yes.
There's nothing
Working.
wrong with that.
That is the mind shift. Like I've talked to Amy a lot about just seeing the other side of things and not continuing the cycle of the self-talk and the self-doubt and just the downplaying is probably the worst part of it, the downplaying of what I'm doing and what it costs and how long it takes and how it, it took me forever to find this thing and the ink and like it's just a constant downplay. So I'm like, that's what has to change. I need to switch that off, switch it off.
You
But
just
then I
need to
even told her, I
understand
was
how
like,
amazing you are.
right. And I told her, I was like, Karen has all these things that sometimes land, depending on where I'm at or the day it is or whatever. And I'm like, sometimes I can't go in there because I'm still processing and digesting what I took on from a day or two. So she'll say, she's like, did you go to church this morning? Which was your show. This is what we call it. And I'm like, no. She's like, I'll give you the cliff notes. And I'll be like, well, she was talking about, she was talking about, and she was like, oh, that's so you. Oh, that's so me. It's 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 a whole thing, but it's really making a difference. It's really like starting to take hold and like latch on, and it's helping me even with the
It
move
makes
as
me
far
happy.
as what to do and what to prioritize after the move and you know art space and fees and do I want a creative studio and do I want to get back on YouTube, like all of the things. It's like you had said decide what you want, like own it, what you want to do, and then essentially give yourself permission to do what you know that you want to do and what you should do and put energy behind it. And I'm like, oh gosh, I have to stop talking myself out of everything and
You have
move
to.
from here forward. Yeah.
And you just have to believe that you deserve whatever it is that you want, you deserve it. Yeah, whatever it is, you deserve it. As long as it's in alignment with what he wants for you,
Right.
you deserve it. It's okay. I don't want, we only got a few more minutes. We got to stay on the
Right.
train. But let me just say this to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for telling me what you told me. I didn't know. There are times where I feel exactly the same way that you're feeling. Just
Mhm.
because you start understanding things doesn't mean that you unknow what you know or
Right.
unexperience or unhear. You
Right.
still have that as who you are. It's a part of your story. And sometimes you wonder, am I talking too much? Am I saying too much? Am I getting on people too much? Am I doing
Right.
am I too much? I used to be I hear all the time. I used to hear all the time, "You're too much. You're just a lot. You're just a
Mhm.
lot." You know. And
Right.
sometimes I get really insecure. Maybe I shouldn't talk so much. Maybe I shouldn't,
Right.
share so much. Maybe I shouldn't talk about God so much. Maybe I should.
Right.
I think the same thing all the time.
Right.
So, but yet there's a mission that I am on,
Yep.
and I don't have a right not to do it because I want to put myself before y'all and before him, because I want to go back into my comfort zone and
Right.
just be.
Right.
I can't do
Right.
that. I'm all out the box. There's no way to stuff all of this back in the box. Same thing with you. You're this. You're this big personality. You have it.
Yeah.
You can't put all that back into a box, boo. You
Yeah.
cannot.
Yeah. That's where I'm like
We
I
need
do
it.
things and say things and minimize things, hoping that it makes the people around me comfortable. That it's this version is what they're okay with.
Mm-mm.
This is
They're
what
never
they're
going to be
comfortable with.
comfortable.
Right. That
No,
is the
that's not your
realization.
responsibility.
Right.
That's their responsibility to figure out what they need to be comfortable in their life. That is not your responsibility at all. Your responsibility is to show up wholly and authentically as who you are and who you were created to be, so you can accomplish whatever mission that you're supposed to be on, and how you're supposed to help other people. You are supposed to help other people in this life. You cannot do that when you are hiding and worrying about people that don't want to get their life together. That's their
Yeah.
problem. And that's not selfish, that's not ugly, that's not anything. You are choosing to be who God created to you to be, not who these imperfect men or women want you to be to make them feel better because they're too
Right.
cheap or too weak to do their ego, get over their
Right.
ego. Make sense?
Yes.
This
It
for
does.
all of y'all too. Don't think I'm talking to Hub, I'm talking to y'all too.
Mhm. I know.
All
That's
right,
why
you
I'm
got
like in
five
the mornings.
minutes.
I'm like, she was telling me. I told Amy she was telling me that I need to blah blah blah. She was like, she was telling you. I was like, she was telling me. She was talking right at me. Like
Right.
it was like direct.
You're talking to me.
Okay, let's try to sell stuff, and then we are going to the
Yeah.
bougie craft. Thank you, honey.
Thank you for
Me
allowing
too.
me to share your platform.
All the time.
Knock me out
Okay,
of here.
no
How I
problem.
get out of here?
I don't know. Hold on.
You click my face and then
Oh, here,
take me
remove
down.
co-host. Wait, you guys,
There you go.
don't be mad. Wait, bye. Okay, here go. Co-host removed. Okay. We didn't cry. Win of the day, guys. We didn't cry. Okay, we have 5 minutes. Let's sell some kits. When are her shows? Shayna, they're in the morning. They're in the morning, like 9 o'clock my time. So I think she's Eastern. I think she's in your time zone. She's on whenever I'm in my morning meetings. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you guys. Okay, I'm going to run. I don't even think. Well, I'm going to run this as a kit in case anybody wants to take this and finish it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start this one as a kit. You're going to get whatever the heck is on my desk with this one. And you guys, I didn't do the freaking giveaway. Because I went all into my craziness, but it's fine. This is running in case anybody wants to grab this. I'm going to make sure to send this stuff with it. This. You want some flowers? You can have some flowers. And I'll add some additional trim. Oh, there's this trim. But I'll add some additional trim so you can pretty up the edges if you want to. Okay? So we're going to do this, and we are going to rate on time because we are professionals. We are respectful of other people's showtime. Okay, here we go. This is going to Creative Works of Art. Thank you. What a great name. See, again. Now, I have a few more kits in case there's anybody else who wants to have a go at it, okay? So this one is yellow and purple and blue bee themed. So if you love bees, you're going to get one of my printed guest checks, several pieces of ephemera, some trim, and this is the cover. Okay, so if you like this one, I'm going to run this in case anybody wants to make this kit. I have a couple others. I have blue and I have pink also. Oh, Char Lovey, what a cute one. Thank you. Let me get my Sharpie. Char Lovey, getting that one. Okay, I have a pink one. Oh, and Sudden Death. Okay, so the roses are pink. It's a pink and blue motif. I don't know if I can change the time. I don't think I can change the time, Tweet, or I don't know how. We're just gonna have to run next. We're just gonna have to. I don't know how to do it because I have it pinned and I'm doing run next. So I feel like I don't know what I'm doing to change it. Thank you, Cindy. Yes, 10 is better than girl. I can't do 30. Uh, I have a condition that doesn't allow me to wait that long. Okay, I have this one. It's blue and red. Here are the pieces you'll get with it. I'm going to start the buyer's giving, which I don't know what it is, and Whatnot's not responsible for blah, 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 but I'll send you something that I made. Oh, Bev likes this one. Oh, you guys like this one. Oh, I can't, Hazy, because I messed up. I'm going to run one more. I have this one that's got like a patisserie theme, pink cakes, this kind of thing. Was I supposed to run something else? Previous? Oh, I can't pick covers right now. I can't do a pick a cover. I'm sorry. Did this one run? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to pull the buyer's givey, and I'm just going to send you something cute. I don't know what it's going to be. Melissa, thank you. Okay, guys. Let's flip you. Well, let's just give you this cute view of all my stuff, okay? This is my stuff, and we are going to find the Bougie Crafter because I just want to make sure that I picked the right one because when I typed in the Bougie, it has a J instead of a G, and it got me all thrown off. Here she is. She's on. Okay, select. Hold on, guys. Thank you for being here. We are rating. Oh, raid now. Here we go.